Hey everyone, welcome back. And I know it's been a little bit. I kind of took some time off for the holidays, but I was kind of saving this experience because there was something that actually happened over the holidays, which brings me to do this video. I'm going to talk about situational awareness today, but I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of everything you need to do. This is something that actually happened to my wife and I while we were out Christmas shopping. And personally, I believe that me being aware while we're out was actually maybe prevented us from, I don't want to call me a victim of a crime, but I kind of surmised what I think was about to happen. So, but being on top of things and being aware, I think actually prevented it from happening. So, like I said, this isn't going to be an in-depth study in situational awareness. This is just going to be a particular incident, what I did prior to the whole thing going down and during and after. So, I will start off. My wife and I went, we were Christmas shopping. This is just a few days before Christmas, just some last minute things. We were out and we pulled into the lot, and it was moderately busy, but not overly busy. I typically always park a little bit away from the main crowds because I just don't want people banging my truck all up. So I always park. So when we pulled into the parking space, I always kind of do, a quick scan of the parking lot anyway. Just, I don't know, just out of habit now, just make sure I know what's around me and, cars around me, anything that looks odd. But, like I said, we weren't real close to the store. Well, we got out of the truck, we walked around, and I noticed a guy kind of milling around in the parking lot a little bit, a younger guy. Not average, not very big guy, but, just acting very strange. And we were walking down, like I said, we had a little bit of a walk to get into the store. So I kind of pointed out to my wife that, something seemed a little bit off with this guy, but I don't know. It was the holidays. I thought at first maybe he was looking for his car, but then it became kind of obvious he was actually kind of, I don't know if he was sort of looking for something, looking for trouble. I don't really know, but I knew something was off. So we proceeded to walk up, and he was kind of walking in between cars, but not with any real purpose. And I noticed that he kind of, when we started walking, he kind of came like a little way behind us a little bit. And I don't want to say he followed us into the store, but it was kind of like he was watching us a little bit. I just got a bad feeling about it, which I don't typically. I mean, I'm not overly paranoid or anything, but something seemed off. So we weren't in there very long, because we were actually going in to get something specific. So we were maybe in there for, I wouldn't even say 5 minutes. And I kind of mentioned it to my wife going in about this guy, and she kind of brushed me off as being paranoid or whatever. And I thought, well, maybe I am, maybe I'm not, but I'm still going to keep an eye out. So we went in the store, we checked out, we come back out of the store, and as we walk out, this same guy is standing right outside the door, but just to the right. So when we come out, we have basically almost a straight shot down through the parking lot to where my truck is parked. Well, when I walked out, and I could kind of see him sort of side-eyeing us a little bit. And I didn't really know why, but we crossed the street, and just the way we came out of the store, my wife was on the right side of me. I was actually towards the parked cars, just the way we had come out of the store. I hadn't really, because I typically walk on the outside, but I hadn't moved over to the outside yet. As we started to cross, for some reason, I just decided to look over my shoulder back at this guy, because I still had that bad feeling. And I kind of kept an eye as we were walking. Well, I noticed as we got across, which there's a little bit of a road that comes in front of the store, so you have to kind of cross into the parking lot. Just as we crossed that street, I watched him come up start walking out behind us. And like I said, we had a little bit of a ways, maybe, 40 yards down to the car, maybe 50 yards even, to get to the truck, because like I said, it was a little bit busy, and I tend to park a little bit of ways. As we started into the cars where there was less and less people, I kind of was just peering over my shoulder, and I noticed him moving faster towards us. And I could just kind of tell he was with a purpose, because he started off slow, and as we got further away, he started walking closer. There was less people there. Now, I just happened to look at my wife, and I noticed that her purse was on her right shoulder, which she was kind of facing out. And I said, I told her right then, get in front of me. And she was like, why? And I said, just do it. So I kind of pulled her in front of me, and I felt this guy, I could hear this guy actually getting closer at this point, and I knew. And as soon as he got about within 10 feet of me, I told her, I said, get to the truck. And I spun around, and I just stopped. and I stared him right in the face. And when I did that, he immediately froze, because I think he knew at that point that I was on to whatever he was doing. And my wife I think she was a little bit taken aback by the whole thing, because I didn't really say what was going on, but I just told her, I said, just keep moving forward. You stay in front of me, or stay kind of behind me. Don't get around, don't let him be able to get around you. So by this time, we were actually getting a little closer to the truck. Well, as I did this, I turned around and I just stopped dead and put my hand on my hip immediately. And when I did that, he froze in his tracks and his eyes got big. I think he realized, I don't know if he realized he had been caught, or if he wasn't sure what was the next move was going to be. And as soon as I stopped and looked and just looked at him, and like I said, I didn't even grab any. I didn't grab my pistol. I didn't do nothing. I just basically put my hand on my hip. And I don't know if he took that as a sign that I was, and as soon as I did, when he stopped, he looked at me, and it was splits, and he took off across the parking lot. Now, I don't even know where he went at this point, and that's when I realized, I kind of explained to my wife what had just happened. I said, did you see what just happened and why I was eyeballing that guy up? And I think at that point, she actually realized that I think something was about to go down. And I kind of just, in my head, what I was thinking is, he probably saw me with a gray beard, and I'm a bigger guy. I'm not exactly a marathon runner. And the way, like I said, her purse was on the outside. If he had grabbed her purse and took off, if I hadn't been paying attention, there's no way I would have caught him. It's a reality, But so this is why, when you hear like people talk about situational awareness and being aware of your surroundings, things. I wanted to show this example of how being on, just paying attention to what's going on. I don't know what his intentions were. I just feel by his motions towards us that they, probably weren't good. And just by his reaction after I stopped, I never even said a word to him. I never even had time. When I turned around and he froze when he saw me, I think he realized, well, I was maybe onto what he was doing. So, I'm not trying to portray myself as some kind of a hero here. I didn't save the day or anything like that. But I truly believe that being aware of what was going on may have actually, prevented something from happening. And like I said, what that is, I don't know. I don't know if the guy had a weapon. He never brandished anything in front of me. I didn't see anything. But if somebody's coming up quick behind me, I'm just going to assume that they're up to no good, and that, it's probably time to be ready for, to take action. So if anything, if I can get anything out, to you with this story is, and like I said, this isn't a pat on the back for me. I'm not trying to get attention. I'm trying to portray that, convey that this can actually happen to you. I never would have assumed it would happen to me in a situation quite like that, because it was a pretty public place, but there really wasn't anybody close. So what I want to say is just be careful out there. When you're going somewhere, scan the area. Know what's around you. Maybe park under the street light if you can, if it's close. Park closer. Look between the cars. Look around when you pull in. See if there's anybody sitting in cars. See if there's anybody kind of watching you. See if anything looks suspicious. When you get out of your car, just kind of look around it. Walk to the back, see if anybody's got there. And just be aware of what you're doing. Be aware of who's around you. If something doesn't feel right to you, it probably isn't right. So trust your instincts. Obviously, protect yourself if you can. I know everybody is in different states is different as far as carry laws and things like that. As far as what you can have for self-defense tools, things like that. So obviously know your laws if you can. Obviously protect yourself. Do what you can to protect yourself. But the best weapon you can have is just awareness. Don't be on your phone when you get out. When you're walking across those parking lots, keep that phone in your pocket. Don't be texting people. Don't be looking down at that phone. Be aware of what's going on around you. Don't take your safety for granted just because there's people around. And but like I said, definitely be aware. Keep that phone in your pocket. Don't be texting. Be aware of what's going on. When you get back, do the same thing. When you get back to your car, do a walk around. Look in the back seat. Before you get in that car. You may have forgot to lock that door and not think about it. I always carry a small flashlight with me. So if it's dark, I can shine in there if I can't see because maybe it's a flashlight or something. Or maybe I'm not under a light or something, so it's a little darker. Definitely, I definitely recommend carrying that a small flashlight. They make the ones now with the safety bezels on. You can use them as a self-defense weapon. Mace, if you live in an area that maybe you're not allowed to carry. the first piece of advice I would have is move somewhere where you can, but I know that's not a reality for everybody. So, like I said, man, just keep your head on a swivel, be safe out there. Take your safety into your own hands. Don't expect somebody else to be looking out for you. Don't wait for the police to show up. If you look, don't take for granted their security cameras, because anytime you've ever seen a video of them security cameras, they're as grainy as all the Bigfoot videos that you see online. So, don't take your safety for granted. Just be prepared out there as always. Hey, hope to see you next time. Definitely like and comment the video if you can. If you have a similar situation, share it in the comments, because or if you have an idea for me that I didn't touch on, definitely share with us, so we can prevent this, because this is what this whole channel is about. It's not just about it's about being prepared, but it's also about being self-reliant, being responsible for yourself, not relying on other people. And that's kind of where I want to take this. And if I can give examples, because like I said in my intro video months back, I'm going to share experiences that I'm doing. I'm not an expert on anything, but I've done a lot of reading over the years. I've done a lot of research, talking to different people, and just bringing into practice things that I've learned. And, hopefully I can share them here and keep you guys safe. And like I said, hope to see you on the next video. And take care. Have a good evening.